Hi, Reddit. I'm Rose. I'm 24, and I want to tell you how one reckless moment turned into months of pain, and how the guy I thought I trusted ran like a coward the second it got real. It started as just another weekend ride. My boyfriend Kyle, 26, had been into bikes since high school. He called it his therapy. He'd go on about torque, balance, stunts, all that. I wasn't really into it, but I trusted him. I mean, we'd been together for almost a year. I'd ridden with him dozens of times. But that Saturday, he had something to prove. We were out in an empty parking lot. He'd been practicing wheelies all afternoon. I was watching from the curb, sipping a Red Bull half-board. Then he looked over at me and grinned. Want to hop on for one? I hesitated. You sure? It looks sketchy. Trust me. I got this. Those 3 words, I got this, should have been a red flag. But I shrugged, grabbed my helmet, and jumped on behind him. We rolled forward slow, then suddenly the front of the bike shot up into the air. It happened so fast, I didn't even scream. And then just as fast, it all went wrong. He lost the grip on the bars. The front end tipped too far back. The whole bike snapped sideways in the air and slammed down hard, with me under it. My body hit the pavement like a rag doll. My helmet cracked. My elbow twisted behind me. I remember the sound of my own breath wheezing out and thinking, did my back just snap? Kyle, he rolled off clean. Just a scrape on his arm. He rushed over, saw me barely moving, and the first thing out of his mouth wasn't, "Are you okay?" It was, "SH*T, don't call 911 yet. Just wait." Wait? I was crushed under the bike, bleeding through my jeans, and he was worried about emergency services? He dragged the bike off me. I couldn't stand. My leg was numb. My elbow was swollen like a balloon. Still, no ambulance. He tried to lift me into his truck like we were sneaking out of a party, not dealing with a real injury. "Let's just get you to the urgent care. If we file an insurance claim, it'll get messy. They'll ask questions." I looked at him through tears and pain and said, "Are you serious right now?" He nodded, calm, like this was just about avoiding paperwork. And that's when I realized, you think you know someone until they crash a motorcycle with you on the back and the only thing they care about is not getting blamed. But you have no idea what came next. Because what Kyle did after I went to the hospital, that's the part one still can't believe. The second we pulled into urgent care, Kyle's vibe changed completely. We weren't even through the door, and he was already whispering. "Just say you tripped or something, okay? Say you fell getting off the bike." I was barely standing, leaning on his shoulder, trying not to pass out. I looked him dead in the eye and said, "I'm not lying for you." He tensed up. That smirk he always had, gone, replaced by something colder. "I'm just saying, if you report how it happened, they'll involve insurance. It'll go on my record. They might pull my license." "Kyle, I can't feel my arm. My leg's torn up. And you're worried about your license?" I should have known right then that the minute things got real, he was going to bolt. They got me in a room fast, elbow possibly fractured, road, rash across my shoulder, torn ligaments in my knee. Pain meds, x-rays, the whole deal. Kyle sat with me for maybe 10 minutes. Stiff, on his phone, not even holding my hand. Then the nurse came in with forms. "Do you remember the nature of the accident, Rose?" Before I could speak, Kyle cut in. "Yeah, she just slipped while walking the bike. It wasn't moving." The nurse looked at me. So did Kyle. I said nothing, just stared at him, my throat tight. She left the room without filling anything in. 2 minutes later, he leaned in. "Look, just don't put this on me, all right? You said you were down for the ride. You flipped the damn thing showing off," I snapped. "I didn't sign up to be your crash dummy. So what? Now it's all my fault." He stood up. "I'm not going to sit here and get blamed like I try to hurt you. This is overreacting." I watch him walk out of the room. Not storming, not guilty, just done. Like nothing happened. And he didn't come back. A nurse came in later and said, "Your boyfriend said he had to move the truck. He's been gone for a while." I laughed bitterly. He wasn't coming back. He left me in a hospital gown, drugged, stitched up, and alone. And that's when the nurse asked, "Do you want us to file a report? Because if this was a vehicle incident and it wasn't documented, it could impact your coverage or even open you up to liability." That's when it hit me. If I didn't file, I'd be paying for all of this out of pocket. Kyle didn't just abandon me. He wanted me to eat the bill, too. So there I was, bruised, stitched, drugged up, and staring at a stack of paperwork that would determine whether I'd sink into medical debt or not. The nurse was kind but firm. Rose, if you were injured on a moving vehicle and someone else was operating it, you need to document that. Otherwise, you're taking financial responsibility for something that wasn't your fault. I nodded, barely able to hold the pen. Yeah, he was writing. I was on the back. He lost control. She gave me a small nod. No judgment, just confirmation. She left to process the report. 10 minutes later, my phone buzzed. Kyle, hey, I'm sorry. I panicked. But seriously, don't file anything. I'll help you pay. Just don't make this official. Please. I didn't reply. The nurse came back and confirmed it. I'd filed it as a motorcycle crash with another driver responsible. That kicked everything into motion. Insurance involvement, liability review, and a whole investigation Kyle really didn't want. Because guess what? He wasn't licensed to carry a passenger on that type of bike. Did I know that before? No. Did he? Of course. And now, suddenly, he had everything to lose. The hospital discharged me with a brace on my knee, my arm in a sling, and a pile of prescriptions. I took a rideshare home, alone, because Kyle had ghosted again. Not a single "Are you okay?" Not a call. Nothing. Just another text. You filed it? Really? That was it. A week later, I got the full story. My insurance contacted me. Said they needed Kyle's statement to process the claim. He wasn't answering their calls. And when they finally reached him, he denied everything. Said I wasn't on the bike. That I probably tripped walking beside it. That I was confused from the pain meds. They read his statement back to me over the phone, and I could feel my blood pressure spike. He said what? The rep paused. Is there any proof you were on the bike when it crashed? That's when I remembered. Someone was filming. A random guy in the lot. He was filming Kyle doing wheelies earlier. I remembered him cheering, holding up his phone. I'd seen him in the background of a few Instagram stories before. I DM'd him. He replied in 5 minutes. Oh yeah, I got that wipeout. SH*T looked rough. You okay? Can I get that video? He sent it instantly. And there it was, me, clear as day, on the back of Kyle's bike, front wheel in the air, followed by the brutal slam into the pavement. Undeniable. Time-stamped. And exactly what I needed. The second I had the video in my inbox, something shifted. Until that moment, I'd been stuck in a fog. Painkillers, humiliation, the weight of getting screwed over by someone I trusted. But now I had proof. Kyle didn't just wreck us. He tried to rewrite the story like it didn't exist on the back of that bike. So I did the one thing he never expected. I sent the video to the insurance company. Subject line, full visual evidence. Passenger present at time of accident. Within an hour, I got a call back. The rep sounded stunned. Yeah, this clears everything up. No more, maybe she tripped. No more confused by meds. Just hard truth in 1080p. And the best part? Kyle had no idea I had it. That same day, I called him. He picked up on the third ring, voice low and guilty. Hey, I was going to check on you today. Been slammed at work. Save it. I know you lied to the insurance. Dead silence. You told them I wasn't on the bike. You said I tripped. I didn't want them to hit me with a claim. It's not like I wanted you to get hurt. Too bad I have the whole crash on video. Me on the back. You lifting the front wheel. Everything. He went dead quiet again. Then, wait, what video? Some guy at the lot caught the whole thing. Sent it to me. I passed it along. Rose. Come on. This'll ruin me. You ruined you. Click. By the end of the week, the insurance company notified me. They were opening a claim against Kyle's policy. Liability confirmed. Medical costs, damages, all on him. Guess who started texting again? Can we meet? I just want to talk. This is serious, Rose. I could lose my license. Please don't do this. He went from cold to desperate fast. I ignored every message. Because it wasn't just about the crash anymore. It was the gaslighting after. The abandonment. The self-preservation mode that kicked in the second it wasn't about him. But Kyle wasn't finished. Not even close. Because a few days later, I found out he was telling people I faked the crash. So apparently, Kyle couldn't handle the fallout. So he did what cowards always do when the truth corners them. He started running his mouth. I found out from a mutual friend, Sarah. She called me 2 days after I submitted the claim. Hey, I don't want to stir things up, but Kyle's telling people you staged the crash. Excuse me. He said you jumped off the back mid-wheelie and pretended to be injured. He told Max and a few others that you were trying to set him up for insurance money. I literally laughed out loud. Staged it? I had 17 stitches in my shoulder, a fracture in my elbow, and a torn MCL. This wasn't some TikTok prank gone wrong. This was real trauma, and the dude was spinning it like I faked it for a payout. I knew what this was. Damage control. He realized the insurance company believed me, and now he was trying to control the narrative with everyone else before it hit his wallet. Too bad I had receipts. I posted the video. No edits. No filters. Just the raw 8-second clip of Kyle trying to show off, flipping us both into the pavement, and me screaming while he rolled away with barely a scratch. Captioned it. PSA. Don't lie to insurance companies. And don't leave your girlfriend bleeding on asphalt while you worry about your license. I didn't tag him. I didn't have to. It spread like wildfire. People in town started texting, sharing, reposting. Suddenly, all the maybe she's exaggerating talk vanished. And Kyle? He blew up my phone. Are you insane? Take that down. You're destroying my rep, Rose. That video doesn't even show everything. No, it doesn't. It doesn't show him fleeing the ER, or lying on official forms, or telling mutual friends that I was some crazy clout chaser. But it showed enough. Then came the kicker. I got a call from a lawyer. Not mine, his. Hi, Ms. Rose. I represent Kyle. We're requesting you remove the video from your social media channels. It's defamatory and damaging to his reputation. I laughed. It's damaging because it's true. Regardless, Kyle is prepared to take legal action if the post remains up. Good, because I'm prepared to countersue for negligence, abandonment, and defamation. Let's dance. Click. Haven't heard from that lawyer since. 2 days after I shut down Kyle's pathetic legal threat, I got a DM that flipped the whole story on its head. It was from a girl named Jenna. Hey Rose, I saw your post. I don't know if you'll even read this, but I dated Kyle 2 years ago. You're not the first one he's done this to. I blinked at the screen. He wrecked a bike with you too? She replied within seconds. Not a bike. A car. And yeah, same thing. His fault. Said it wasn't. Then told me not to report it, because it would mess up his record. I paid for the hospital visit out of pocket. I sat up straight. This wasn't just a one-time coward move. This was a pattern. I asked if she'd talk on the phone. She said yes. We spoke that night, and what she told me confirmed everything I feared. Kyle had crashed his car with Jenna in the passenger seat. Late night, speeding through a yellow, clipped another vehicle making a left. Airbags went off. Jenna got whiplash and a broken wrist. Kyle walked away with barely a bruise. He panicked, told her to say she was driving because he was still under some court crap from a speeding ticket. Promised he'd cover her bills if she didn't file a claim. And did he? I asked. He Venmo'd me $200 once, then ghosted me. Did you report it? No. I was young, dumb, scared of making things worse. She never spoke about it again. Until now. I asked if she'd be willing to write a statement or talk to my lawyer. She said yes, not for money, not for drama. Because I saw your post and realized he hasn't changed a bit. He just keeps finding new girls to crash and disappear on. So I handed it all over to my lawyer. Video of the crash. Jenna's statement. The fake story he told insurance. The post-crash harassment. She looked at it and said, "This is no longer just about a claim. It's civil case material now. Kyle didn't just wreck me physically. He tried to bury me in lies. And now he had proof he'd done it before." That week, Jenna posted too. Didn't mention Kyle by name, but her story lined up perfectly. Anyone with a brain could connect the dots. He messaged her too. Take it down. What do you want from me? She replied, for you to finally deal with the messes you make. 2 weeks after Jenna shared her story and I handed everything to my lawyer, I got the message we'd been waiting for. We're going forward with the civil suit. You have a solid case. Negligence. False statements to an insurance provider. Emotional distress. Medical costs. Lost wages. We weren't just coming for Kyle's pride anymore. We were coming for his wallet. My lawyer filed the paperwork. Kyle was officially being sued. And guess what? He had no clue. Not until the moment he got served at the auto shop he worked at in front of his coworkers. I wasn't there, but someone sent me a video. His face went white. He actually tried to argue with the process server. What is this? What the hell is this? Oh, you know exactly what it is, Kyle. Within 48 hours, I got a new message. This time from his mom. Yeah, Rose, this has gone far enough. You've made your point. Kyle didn't mean to hurt you. Then why did he lie to insurance, tell people I faked it, and ghost me at the hospital? He panicked. So did I, when I couldn't move my leg. But I didn't disappear. She went full guilt trip. Do you really want to destroy his life over one mistake? I replied with one line. It stopped being one mistake when I found out I wasn't the first. Never heard from her again. Then Kyle tried the sympathy card. Texted me directly. Can we settle this privately? Please. I'll pay. Just don't drag me into court. Too late, buddy. You had that chance when I was broken, alone in a hospital bed, and you vanished because you were scared of your record. Now, you answer to mine. Court date got set. Local civil division. Not a criminal case, but big enough that Kyle had to hire real representation. Not some sketchy buddy with a law degree and a basement office. My lawyer prepped everything. Video of the crash. Medical records. Jenna's signed statement. Screenshots of texts where he begged me not to file. Proof of his lies to insurance. His fake she jumped off story. Bulletproof. And for once, he had nothing to say. No mic to grab. No crowd to perform for. Just a judge. Court day. I walked in with my lawyer and a stiff brace on my knee. Not because I needed sympathy, but because I still couldn't walk right thanks to Kyle's stunt. Kyle sat across the room in a wrinkled suit, tapping his leg like a toddler in timeout. His lawyer looked like he'd rather be anywhere else. The judge called us up. My lawyer spoke first. Lay it all out. Reckless operation of a motorcycle. Failure to report an accident. Attempted manipulation to avoid insurance involvement. Spreading false information post-accident. Emotional and financial distress. Clear pattern of behavior, backed by another victim's sworn statement. Then she dropped the video. The court went silent watching it. You could literally hear the breath leave people's lungs when the crash hit. Me on the back, the wheel lifting, the slam, the body roll, everything. The judge leaned forward and said, "Is this the plaintiff?" My lawyer nodded. "And the defendant is the operator of the motorcycle?" "Yes, Your Honor." Then it was Kyle's turn. His lawyer tried the classic. It was a mutual decision, a shared activity with assumed risk. My client was not malicious, and in the moment, he panicked. The judge raised an eyebrow. And the false statements to the insurance company? Crickets. Then Kyle opened his mouth. I didn't think it was a big deal. She wasn't even that hurt at first. She was talking fine after the crash. I don't know what kind of idiot logic that was, but the judge cut in fast. So you lied to your insurance, fled the hospital, and fabricated a story about her jumping off the back because she seemed fine? Kyle went red. I didn't want to get screwed over. The judge looked dead at him. No, Mr. Redacted, you didn't want to take responsibility. And now here we are. Boom. The ruling? Kyle was found liable for all medical costs, physical therapy, and property damage. Additional fine for false statements to an insurance company. Civil penalty for emotional distress. A written court order mandating that he remove any false public statements about me or face further legal consequences. And the cherry on top, he was ordered to attend a motorcycle safety course and provide proof of completion before operating a vehicle again. He didn't even look at me as we walked out. Couldn't. But I made sure he heard me say to my lawyer, finally, he can't run from it anymore. 2 days after the ruling, I got a Venmo request from Kyle for $40. The caption? Half of the pizza and gas from the day of the crash. I swear to God, I stared at my phone for 5 full minutes wondering if it was a joke. It wasn't. This man, after being slapped with thousands in damages, legal penalties, and public humiliation, had the audacity to try and invoice me for a damn pizza. I screenshotted it, laughed, and sent it to my lawyer just to be safe. Her reply? Please don't respond. Just document everything. If he makes another move, we escalate. Fair. But I wasn't just mad, I was done. Kyle wasn't just immature. He was petty, delusional, and fully incapable of owning what he did. He thought if he poked me with enough dumb little jabs, I'd either react and look crazy or finally just drop it. Wrong on both counts. Then came the burner account. I got a DM on Instagram from a profile with no posts, a generic name, and 1 follower. You'll always be a liar. Hope the money was worth it. I replied with a single sentence. Say hi to your new restraining order. Didn't get a response, but we all knew it was him. So I filed it. Again. Second round. This time, digital harassment, post-ruling retaliation, violation of the court's warning about future public comments. Judge didn't even blink. Temporary order granted. Kyle now had to stay 300 feet away from me, digitally and physically, or face actual criminal charges. And from that moment, radio silence. He stopped posting, stopped texting, stopped breathing near anything connected to me. His friends stopped defending him. His parents went underground. And Jenna? She messaged me. Guess who just tried to apologize? He sent me a 5-paragraph email about how we both handled things poorly. Let me guess. No real apology? Of course not. But it ends with, I hope you'll keep this between us. We laughed, because the truth was he didn't care about us. He cared about his image, his reputation, his ability to move on like none of it happened. But the difference now? People knew. The video, the case, the judgment, the pattern. He couldn't run anymore. It's been 6 months since the crash. 6 months since Kyle yanked the front wheel off the ground, dumped us both onto the pavement, and walked away like I was a speed bump on his ego trip. Since then, my leg's almost healed. I finished physical therapy 2 weeks ago. My elbow still clicks weird, but I'll take that over what it was. The scar on my shoulder? Still there. And I'm not covering it up. It's not shame. It's a reminder that I survived, and I didn't stay quiet. The court order stuck. Kyle didn't appeal, didn't try another burner, didn't show his face in any of the places we used to go. Because he knows, one wrong move and a restraining order becomes an arrest warrant. Mutual friends stopped calling him just a dumb guy who panicked. Now he's that guy. The one who flipped his girlfriend, lied to insurance, ghosted her in the ER, and tried to gaslight the whole town into thinking she was the problem. No one wants that energy around anymore. His circle shrank fast. And me? I got my life back. Started dating again. Nothing serious, just letting myself feel human again. Went back to work, picked up new hobbies, and even joined a local rider safety group. Not to ride, not yet, but to speak. To warn people, especially women, that trusting someone with your body on a bike is serious **T. You don't just hop on with someone because they sound confident. You make sure they're not a walking lawsuit with handlebars. Last week, Jenna and I got coffee. First time meeting in person. We talked for 2 hours, laughed at the ridiculousness, sat in silence for the heavy stuff, and toasted over the fact that Kyle finally got what was coming. Before we left, she said something that stuck with me. We're not victims. We're exits. And every time a guy like that hits a wall like us, it's a sign he's not getting away with it forever. She's right. So, Reddit. I was the girl who got tossed off a bike and tossed aside like a bad date. The girl who was told to just let it go. The girl he said looked fine after the crash. But now, I'm the reason he's the one who can't move forward. Because I didn't stay down. I got up. I spoke out. And I made damn sure he'll never forget it.